man, Woody likes the crooked cock.
What are the when you're analyzing people, not necessarily athletes, anyone, what are the most common vitamin deficiencies you see in people?
Vitamin K is a big one, which is like something that regulates calcium deposition. So you can end up with clogged arteries really easily if your vitamin K2 intake is not on point. So that's something. That's why Kyle supplements with that K2 supplement, because that's pretty hard to get from food, honestly, getting enough K2. What else? Potassium. Most people are severe, like that's a mineral, but most people are like, they get enough sodium, they salt the fuck out of their food, but they don't have enough potassium to kind of like counterbalance it. And then they end up with high blood pressure or other like dysregulated fluid retention issues. The potassium is huge, which is like most people are getting barely anything, but you need like 4,700 milligrams a day as your RDA. Whereas, so a lot of people are salting their shit, but not having any potassium. That's a big one, as well as magnesium. That's big. I don't know, like some of the B vitamins, like you get kind of.
Yeah, I take magnesium as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Magnesium is pretty hard to get through food, honestly. Like, especially if you're in a calorie deficit, that's where the supplements can actually really help, because it's pretty hard to keep your micronutrients like peaked when you're eating like 2,500 calories, for example.
Yep.
So off the top of my head, other stuff like some of the B vitamins can be difficult for some people depending on if they're getting enough red meat or other stuff. One of the best things I can recommend, some people can't stand it, and this is why I'm probably going to come out with like a beef liver capsule supplement, but just having an ounce of cooked beef liver every day. I do that and I don't mind the taste, but that is like nature's multivitamin. You hit so many of your micronutrient needs just by having like 1 ounce of beef liver every day.
Huh.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'll keep taking my pills.
Yeah.
Oh, you just got to, I was going to say you have to fry it, but now I'm defeating the purpose.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. Like people ask me about like meal prep.
Go to getting ice cream.
Yeah.
I mean, fried liver is not bad. It tastes pretty good.
People ask me about like how do you cook things and make it like stick to those like calorie numbers, and like the big things that'll like really fuck up your calorie intake are condiments, things like ketchup, mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, and there's alternatives to all that stuff except for mayonnaise. There's no good mayonnaise alternative. Maybe tzatziki sauce is like one of the better like condiments I found that I could make myself, because it's like Greek yogurt, dill, lemon juice, and I don't put the olive oil in it, which is what makes it fucking good.
Yeah, that sounds gross.
Is ketchup high calorie?
Ketchup's high calorie,
barbecue sauce. Guys barbecue sauce.
Guys barbecue.
Let me get my barbecue sauce, because it's the best shit ever. I found the best barbecue sauce ever.
Kyle found the best ketchup too. It's the one I have it almost every day. I'm looking at my order history now.
I don't eat much ketchup.
Well, I eat plain potatoes with nothing on them. And Kyle's like, it's not really high class, but yeah, I find it to be like an appetite.
Not even salt?
Not anymore. I used to put salt on it. Now I just dip it in this ketchup.
Oh, yeah. Hughes, he has some good sugar-free stuff.
I'm waiting for Zach to share it. But yeah. So this is my ketchup solution. And it's real low. A serving is like, I don't know, 10 to 15 calories or something. Like, it's pretty low. And
oh, you nailed it. You fucking nailed it. So
5 calories.
So like you notice all my shit's like brand new in the bottle because I buy so goddamn much of it. G Hughes sugar-free ketchup, it's 5 calories per tablespoon. Regular ketchup has so much sugar in it that it's in Europe it's technically defined as soda. Like it's like a sugary fucking beverage, technically speaking. And their barbecue sauce is sick. And it's the same calorie density. It's 5 calories per tablespoon. You can like drench your food with this almost and like get almost no extra calories. 2 carbs per serving. A serving's 2 tablespoons.
And Kyle knows. Oh, I thought there was a break. Kyle knows this, but there's a there's low fat or low sugar maple syrup. I'm trying to say. Sorry, that is also like you can dump maple syrup on shit guilt free. Like
he's going to go grab that now.
He probably is.
This stuff I just linked is unreal on rice. This teriyaki sauce, absolutely ridiculous.
Feel sama.
For me, I have found that a baked potato is the in terms of like calorie to appetite satiation ratio.
Yeah,
top of the food chain.
Have you ever
which is why I have one.
shirataki noodles before?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
aren't all noodles the same but a different shape?
Yeah, so they're basically like they're essentially calorie free. Now the texture of it, some people don't really like, but when you're deep into a diet, this can be a game changer. There's like for an entire like the same equivalent amount that would be 250 calories of pasta, you can eat this and it's 5 to 10 calories.
And what is it called?
It's called shirataki noodles.
Oh, get out of here with the shiitake noodles. Those things are awful.
Shirataki. He was just telling us that.
Yeah, well, if you're deep in a diet and you have like you're dying of hunger and you put like the sugar-free, the seal sama teriyaki sauce on it and you put some like chicken in it, you can get like just the chicken calories basically with some of the sauce, and you can eat what seems to be a full pasta dish and fill yourself
up. I'd rather go hungry.
It looks like it's so thin. It looks like
thin.
Someone told me a rumor about food.
Here's how you know that
it's like the ghost of pasta past.
When you buy the good brand, they advertise on the pack, no smell. They literally do. Like the good shirataki noodles or whatever are the ones where they have like triple rinsed them to get rid of the smell that naturally comes from those fucking noodles because they smell so gross.
I had a similar experience with stevia. Do you want to go first, or do you want to?
So, like, there's lots of like low calorie syrups. This is literally the best one. I've tried them all. That shit Greg Doucette uses is not nearly as good as this, and it has more calories. This is 5 calories for 2 tablespoons, and it tastes like maple syrup. It's a Maple Grove Farms low calorie syrup in maple. They have a butter version too, but it doesn't taste like butter. It tastes
in Canada, we have so many fewer options for like low calorie alternatives. So when I go to a grocery store in the States, it's like it's wild to me how much selection.
That explains our amazing physiques.
Yeah.
So like when Greg mentions his choice of ingredients, a lot of the time it's based on what's available in like Nova Scotia. You know what I mean? So I can imagine he's never even seen what you just showed. Like I've never seen that either, and
it's sick. It's like I've tried every other conceivable like low calorie syrup, and most of them have double the calories per serving, and that's by far my favorite. And I would make a good bit of that like French toast. It was just like so filling. I found bread that was like high in protein. It had like a couple grams of protein per slice, and only like 40 calories a slice. So I could, 3 slices of that is like no calories, like drenched in egg whites.
Yeah, my wife bought some like protein bread stuff, and she's like, "Look, it's 60 calories a slice, or no, it's 90 calories a slice, and 10 grams or 11 grams of protein per slice." And I was like, "That's actually not bad for bread," and it is vile. It is so like you want the texture of bread when you're biting into bread, and it's like it is like so
fucking
dense.
Sponge or weird.
Yeah, it is the densest kitchen sponge you've ever felt. It's horrible. I haven't.
Is it called like carb something on the? Does it say carb something on the thing?
It might. I don't know the brand.
I've gotten some bread. I've used this bread before. It's a half of a loaf for $10 fucking though, and it's kind of what you described. But being that dense, I don't care if I'm soaking egg whites in it because I can just get more egg whites in there.
That's fair. I was trying to use it like a sandwich because it's bread, and it was.
I would also like. I remember I had somebody over and they were like, "Have you seen the guy who drinks egg whites on the internet?" And I'm like, I know the guy who drinks egg whites on the internet. She's like, "Why would he do that?" And I'm like, I literally like, we're in the kitchen and I like grabbed a carton of them. I'm like, "Cause they're so good." And I'm just like, "Cause they don't taste bad. They taste fine."
They don't taste good. Like when you have egg whites, you really realize how much the yolk is carrying that team.
All right, I got another one for you. I got another little hack.
Oh, you disagree?
Egg whites taste just as good, but so I have an egg white omelet for my breakfast almost every day. It's just egg whites with some salsa in it. That's my 5 days a week breakfast. And the egg white is good, but if you do have an egg, it's a little thicker and you're like, it's more satiating. Mm-hmm. But I don't find it's all about the payoff. It's all about what sacrifices you were willing to make and stick to. The coffee. I was trying to say coffee before. My stevia And when I first did it, I used the liquid stuff, and it tasted chemically, and it was bad. And Kyle made a mention of like, you know, like now with less stank in his noodles, that my stevia was like, now we taste better. It was like, I promise we don't taste horrible anymore. And you're a sweetener. How, like sugar doesn't have to apologize for its taste. You know, the sweetener shouldn't have to either. But
that's how you know stevia is like probably the best sweetener for you, because it cannot compete on a level playing field with the good sweeteners.
The powdered sweetener, I'm sorry, the powdered stevia I think is pretty good. And then I'm down to, I went from like full cream, which I liked, or maybe it was even like vanilla good cream or something, to some sort of almond cream. Now my coffees have gone from 100 calories to like 15. And you have a couple coffees a day, and that's a notable difference.
So don't ever eat egg whites. Eat egg white product. All right?
What does that mean?
It's, oh man, my lighting.
I can't tell with your lighting.
So like this is liquid egg whites, but they do some sort of black magic to it so that it looks like regular eggs. Yeah, do I not have a glass in this? Sure, dye, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me get a glass so I can pour it and like show you what it fucking looks like.
Yeah, take a nice big old drink.
I will. I don't give a fuck. It's good. Good for you.
He doesn't give a fuck, Woody.
There's no limits around here. I'll drink egg whites.
I'll drink 3 ounces of egg white product. I'm wild. I'm kooky. I'm crazy. Yeah, it's just hard. You're talking about like you need to make all those sacrifices for the little things, and they add up. It's hard to get over the initial hump of getting used to those substitutions over the real thing. But once you are, just like Zevia, like I'm used to this now. When I first moved to this, instead of like regular diet soda for the most part, I was like, this is so sad. It's just not good compared to the real thing.
So like, this is actually a brand I haven't used before, but
really putting it out on the line there then. Yeah, that looks like eggs.
It looks like eggs. And like it's the consistency of eggs. It's not like that. It's kind of thick. It looks like you beat the yolks up in there.
I have an easy time substituting great stuff with good stuff, and that's like the whole point. You know, is it as good? No, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm giving up very much for what I got in exchange, and I lost a lot of weight, and I was happy about that. I'm still happy about that.
That didn't taste good.
But where I struggle is when I'm not home. Like tomorrow I leave. I'm going away for the weekend for a paramotor fly-in type thing. Cool. It is super difficult. Even like grilled chicken. Everyone says, "Oh, I get grilled chicken." It comes on bread, you know. And if you if you take like the bread out and try to have a chicken, lettuce, tomato, freaking dirty handful of caveman food, that's not satiating. Like you're hungry afterwards.
Yeah.
I can't have just a chicken breast and nothing else with it.
And if you get like the chicken breast at a lot of restaurants, like I've done this in like health kicks, where like you order the chicken breasts, like, and you cut into it and you start eating, you're like, this is the best chicken breast I've ever had in my life. And then it's like, oh, I'm at a restaurant. There's half a stick of butter on this chicken right now. Yeah, that's why it's so much better than the chicken I'm having at home, because they don't care.
Derek, I was telling them like, instead of egg whites, I get egg beaters. So it's like it's just egg whites. It's the same macros as like egg white. But it's the consistency and the flavor is completely different. Like it's not fucking gross.
Wow.
Egg beaters are better.
Going back for more, huh?
I mean, this is actually like everywhere though. This is a different brand that I normally use. This is Publix brand, and this did not taste good a second ago. This is like seasoned in some way. They put salt and some sort of like onion powder in there, so it tasted like onions or some shit. Like they fucked up my order. This is not what I ordered. I did not. I did like normally I can drink this shit and then not mind at all. I will, I guess. But that's vile.
I mean, the onion's probably a good addition once you cook it up. Make it a little tasty.
Oh yeah, well, like not if you're doing French toast though, right? I don't want savory. You know what I mean?
I feel like we should use Kyle drinking that stuff in our load stack advertisement.
We could.
Enormous load.
But never waste a drop of your own.
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
That was the best shit I've ever heard.